Good evening, our friends in Christ. Tomorrow we have a beautiful feast in the Catholic Church. It's the feast of Our Lady of Good Counsel. It's a very popular devotion among the Heralds, and also is a very beautiful story that I want to tell you very briefly. The Our Lady of Good Counsel in reality is an icon which was painted over wall, over plaster, in a small town of Scutari in Albania. They don't really know the origin of this painting, but she was the patroness of Albania, and many pilgrims used to visit this basilica in pilgrimage. But what happened is in the 15th century, Albania was invaded by the Turks, and so the population, the people of Albania, they were very worried that the icon of Our Lady was going to be destroyed, the icon of their patroness, and also the basilica. And there were two soldiers. They went to pray before the icon, asking Our Lady to save the icon from the destruction. And while they were praying, what happened is that the icon, which is painted over a very thin plaster, came off the wall and started floating and went inside a very bright cloud. And these two soldiers kept looking at it, and the small cloud left the basilica, left the church, also was in the air, floating in the air, and the two soldiers kept following him, like in an ecstasy, like in a mystical experience. And the icon went towards the sea, and the two soldiers kept, following that icon. And finally, the icon went over the waters, and they had no doubts. They kept following the icon. They walked over the waters. It's a miracle. Well, and they kept falling for a long time until the icon reached the walls of a big city. And that moment they disappeared. The icon disappeared, and the two soldiers, they woke up of this ecstasy. And they said, "Where are we now?" And they heard people speak a different language, and then they realized they were in Rome. And what about the icon? The icon had disappeared. Well, at the same time, about 40 kilometers outside of Rome in the hills, there is a very beautiful, very picturesque town. It's a medieval town of Genazzano. And in Genazzano, they had a very, very old church that was built in the 5th century. And this church was under the care of the Augustinian priests. But with so many centuries, the church fell apart, part of the roof came down. And there was a very holy widow. She was like 80 years old, and she didn't have any other obligation. So she got all her belongings, and she sold everything she had for the restoration, to pay for the restoration of the church. But again, her money was not enough. So the church was there, half restored, but some of the walls still having holes and had no ceiling. And on the feast of St. Mark, one day, around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, there was a market, there was a feast in the market, and the people started hearing a beautiful, beautiful melody that was coming from the sky. So when they looked up, they saw again this beautiful bright cloud, and out of the cloud came this painting of Our Lady, this icon. They came down and stayed there against a wall in the church, was under restoration. Everybody was amazed, and many people started commenting. The news got to Rome. The Pope sent some bishops to investigate. Yeah, it was something miraculous. And of course, these two soldiers, they heard of this story, so they went also as pilgrims to Genazzano, and they gave the witness that that was Our Lady of Good Counsel that came from Scutari in Albania. And everybody were amazed by this. And immediately devotion started. The money came, and they were able to finish the restoration of the church. And then miracles, and miracles. And this good widow, blessed Petruccia, she was able to see the restoration of the church that she loves so much. And there were so many miracles still today that there are 106 miracles registered in that place. It's a beautiful icon of Our Lady holding the infant Jesus. And the infant Jesus playing with the chin of Our Lady. It's very innocent scene. It's very beautiful. And it's known Our Lady of Good Counsel. Today, my friends, as you know, we all go through trials. The world also is facing trials today. People getting sick and dying and problems in the families and we don't know the financial, commercial future of the nations. Well, we need Our Lady to give us good counsel, how to behave, how to take the right decisions in our lives. So I encourage you to have devotion of Our Lady Good Counsel. Pray to her. Pray to her that I guarantee she'll give you a good counsel. She'll lead you in the right path. She'll find the solutions that you need in your life. So have a nice feast tomorrow, and may Our Lady Good Counsel bless all of you. Salve Maria.